Well, hi guys, Mark here. Well, we're here today at Crescent Suzuki here in Bournemouth in the south of England, and today we're going to be taking out the Suzuki GSX-8R. Stay tuned. Well, hi there guys, Mark here, and today we're going to be looking at the all-new Suzuki GSX-8R. And again, many thanks to Crescent Suzuki for lending me this bike today. So just run through all the specifications. So price on these, they're coming in at £8,899. So I have already reviewed the GSX-8S, the sort of naked version of this. That was very impressive. Then this uses the same engine, 776cc liquid-cooled parallel twin. It's got 82 horsepower at 8,500 RPM, and torque is a very strong 78 Newton meters at 6,800 RPM. Where this engine really shines, it's got a 270-degree crank, which gives it that wonderful V-twin kind of feel, a lovely sort of rumble from low RPM, loads of power and torque from low revs, which is great. It's weighing in at 205 kilograms wet weight, but you would never think that in riding. It feels more like about 170 kilos. Fuel tank is 14 litres, and you should get around about 50 to a gallon from this, I would have thought. So fuel range probably about 140-150 miles maximum. In the ride over here, I've been on this for about 45 minutes. Very comfortable for a sports bike. Nice padded seat, not too high. Nice sort of clip-ons that are very comfortable for a sports bike. So 810mm seat there, so just take a quick look at me on the bike. As a reference, I'm 5'7" tall, 170 centimetres with a 30-inch inside leg. Just compare that for yourself. Tyres, you've got a 180 rear, 120 front, Dunlop Sport Max Road Sport, which are decent tyres, lots of good grip there. Underslung exhaust. Little tiny bit of storage there underneath the rear seat. So 6-speed transmission with an up and down quick shifter, which is super smooth. More of that later on. Got an assist and slipper clutch. Again, all very light and easy. Clutches and gearboxes are generally some of the best on Suzukis. I found the ride over here, the suspension is super compliant, very good indeed. You've got Showa up front, separate function fork, big piston forks at the front there. And a rear monoshock, which looks to be preload adjustable, tucked up in there. Nissin 4-piston calipers up front, good stopping power from those. But it's really got a good quality ride, this. It's a great sort of blend of sport and comfort. You know, courtesy of the nice comfortable seat. Got these nice wide bars with nice high clip-ons, giving it quite an upright position for a sports bike. It's got Suzuki drive modes, which is basically their riding modes, A, B and C, A being the sharpest throttle response. got traction control, Suzuki intelligent ride system, got a lovely 5-inch colour TFT, LEDs all round. Decent service intervals on these, 7,500 miles and 15,000 miles for the valve clearance. If I just step back a bit, really does look pretty smart. Alright then guys, let's do this test ride. Okay, GSX-8R. Let's try this out. So 810mm seat height, I'm 5'7" and I'm not quite flat-footed but nearly. Suspension feels very plush actually, quite a bit of movement there. But the first thing you notice is, these bars are very high, they're quite wide. It's a very comfortable position this for a sports bike. So if you're looking for an everyday comfortable sports bike, take a look at one of these. So we've just run through all the controls here. Cable operated clutch, which is very light, high and low beam. You've got your mode button for your A, B and C riding modes, scroll button, indicators and horn. Over this side, span adjustable front brake lever, engine start, engine kill and your hazards. So nice and simple this really. Lovely colour TFT on these, got rev counter, fuel gauge, all your different trips and your miles per gallon, all your warning lights, clock, engine temperature. So really nice dash that, I like that a lot. Just start her up. So lovely parallel twin, 270 crank, gives it that wonderful sort of V-twin throb sound. Really nice. And away we go. So extremely smooth off the bottom end, really good. Loads of pull as well. So straight away, very smooth, lots of torque. That quick shifter is absolutely brilliant and sublime. Plenty of pull from low down, really impressive. But what impresses me about this bike is its comfort and the way it handles. It's so comfortable, sure-footed, really good quality ride on this. The suspension is superb, really good. So first into second. So very quickly up to 60 miles an hour plus. So it's a quick bike with its 80 horsepower. Because it's got such a good strong sort of low and mid range, it does feel a bit more powerful than it is. Alright then, so just starting off with these mirrors. They are right out there, being a sports bike. Can see about 50% of my elbows and shoulders, but the rest of it is all very clear and a pretty good view behind, so no problems there. So the TFT is a really nice thing to look at, even in this bright sunshine today. I can see everything really clearly. So yeah, Suzuki are doing really good jobs with their TFTs now. So what impresses me so far about this bike is just the way it handles around the bends. It really flicks in nicely, tyres feel good, and the suspension is superb. Very compliant, gives a superb quality ride. Very good. So we'll just try these Nissan brakes out. Full brakes, front only. Yeah, very good indeed. So third gear, just going to wind it out, that lovely quick shifter. So plenty of low and mid-range power. Don't need to rev this engine. Maximum power is produced at about 8,500. So it's a lazy engine. You can just work that mid-range 4, 5, change gear. Little tiny screen there, doing an okay job. Probably get a bigger one if it was my bike. What impresses me about this is just the riding positions, just a little tiny bit lean forward. It's extremely comfortable, and the whole bike feels very well screwed together. The quality of the ride is absolutely second to none. It's brilliant. That brake's got a really good bite to it. It's nice. Just flicking it around these bends, turns in really nicely. Down to fifth, down to fourth with that blipper. Just opening it up. All very, very smooth, slick, quick shifter. So very impressive indeed. Front brake's got a good bit of bite to it. Just using the blipper now, going down the box, down to second. No clutch required. Second gear. Makes a great noise. It's got some really nice real world go, this has. You know, for everyday use, it really is good. I say the riding position is very upright for a sports bike. These bars are very wide, high clip-ons, as you can see here. Lots of leverage through the bars. So this definitely is an everyday sports bike, very comfortable as well. Nice light clutch. Yeah, it's just that lovely punchy mid-range. It really does get a shift on. Yeah, you could definitely ride this all day. The seat's comfortable, leg position's good. It's not too scrunched up. If you were 6 foot plus guy, no problems at all there. That drive out of the corners is superb. Down to fifth, down to fourth, down to third, tip it in, power it out, beautiful. Right, let's just see what these Suzuki's like at the slightly higher speeds on a dual carriageway. Fourth gear, opening it up through that bulging mid-range. Quick shifter all the way up to 6th gear, very easily up to 70, and we're just turning over at just under 5,000 revs, so very, very easy, relaxing, extremely smooth, very stable, and we need the first service by the look of it. So top gear, opening it up, as you can see, very, very strong in top gear. Wind blast pretty acceptable. If I just cog it down 2 gears to 4th, get the revs up a bit. It's a tiny little buzz now coming through the foot pegs, but nothing else through the bars or the seat. But on the whole, it's a very smooth engine for a parallel twin. Nothing untoward at all. But on these warm roads, you can really feel these tyres are getting sticky now, and it's such a nice bike to ride. The handling is superb. So there you are, guys. The GSX-8R holds its own on the dual carriageways. Alright, so what's the Suzuki like at the slower speeds? It's all very well going fast, but it still needs to be very tractable at the low revs at low speeds. So we're currently in 3rd gear, 30 mile an hour, just going down the gearbox now. All very slick, easy gearbox. Because it's a nice upright position, it's extremely manageable in town for a sports bike. So plenty of pull from low down. 30 mile an hour, 3rd gear. Immaculate fueling. So I've Got this in drive mode A, which is the sharpest, but it's still absolutely fine. It's not like snatchy throttle. I have tried it in B, which is more mild, and C is very, very gentle throttle. So I've just kept it in A all the time, absolutely fine. So second gear into third, just using that lovely low end. Up to fourth gear now, just under 3,000 revs, extremely tractable. There's no sort of juddering or shuddering from the drivetrain. Pulls really well from those sort of low revs. Fourth gear, very low revs, 3,000 now, just pootling along, absolutely perfect. So yeah, Suzuki have done a great job on this engine. Very smooth, tractable, throttle response is really good, and I'd say it's for a sports bike, it's very controllable and happy to go at low speeds. You know, sometimes sports bikes can be a bit of a pain through town because of their nature, but this is totally the opposite. So there you go, guys. GSX-8R, absolutely fine at the lower speeds. No, we're just going to wrap it up here, guys. So the GSX-8R, a fantastic everyday sports bike, very punchy, smooth engine, fabulously comfortable for a sports bike, and really good suspension around the bends, extremely compliant. Quick shifter up and down is superb. Brakes have got a good bit of bite to them. Fourth gear now, look, just wind it open and it absolutely flies. Top speed with 80 horsepower, you're probably going to have about 135, 140 out of this, which is more than enough. But yeah, if you're in for an everyday sports bike, give one of these a look for sure. Alright, let's have a little look round it again. Clutch and gearbox just on its own without the quick shifter is, as you'd expect from Suzuki, absolutely perfect. Right, first and neutral, very easy. Let's have a little look at these lights on high beam with the indicators on. There we go. And the sound check. Very nice indeed. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that review, guys, on the Suzuki GSX-8R. Always find that hard to say for some reason. So just run through it all. Very nice, comfortable position. You know, you've got these high bars, comfortable seat. So this is all day comfortable, this. The screen is pretty small, but it still provides a very good wind protection. Suspension is really good on this. The forks, rear suspension, very compliant yet sporty, so it's just like the best of both worlds. So excellent suspension, good feedback, very good in that respect. Nissin brakes are decent. Engine is punchy and smooth, no problems there at all. 80 horsepower is a nice amount of power for the road. All the build quality, usual Suzuki, it's all very, very nice indeed. Decent service intervals. Tail tidy wouldn't go amiss there, would it? But yeah, very impressed with that. I say it's 205 kilos wet, so but off the side stand, it's not too bad at all to sort of push about. It's fine. So yeah, guys, wouldn't mind posting your comments down below. What do you think about this new Suzuki? Something that you would buy? Very good fun to ride, very nice bike to ride, and very decent suspension. Overall, a very good, smooth, quality ride. So I'm impressed with that. So guys, if you wouldn't mind, give me a like, please, thumbs up, share, subscribe as always, and I'll catch you again in a week or so for another review. Ride safe and bye for now.